I'm just trying to make it all make sense.
The
More.
You
No.
Podcast.
Which is a trend I've been noticing, I guess, recently in my life too. I feel like I've been a lot more honest with myself. I think I've always been an honest person, but like full-on introspection is like, it's difficult, but mainly because you don't want to be honest with yourself. But I feel like it's kind of just like a gift that's come over me, and I've really enjoyed it.
Well, I think it's first like a choice where it's like you're choosing to make a shift in your mindset where you're going to be more honest and introspective. And it's something that's really difficult, but I think it's ultimately just a practice where you have to work at it. And with time, you become more and more honest with yourself and you become more and more introspective. So it's like anything else where it's just a process that you get better at day by day as long as you keep it in mind.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely been a process getting here. But one thing that's cool is, you know how, I mean, it's kind of related, but not really related. Your dad just talked about how one day it just clicked in a sense, like he just got in a social sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like this level of honesty that I've kind of gotten to myself. It's kind of like that level where it's like, oh, I feel like it's just different from yesterday or a week ago or 2 weeks ago. It's really weird. It's almost like it was kind of given to me, not really something I worked on getting here. Like I wasn't actively working on it, but it just kind of lined up that way.
Well, I think that you kind of have to be open to it and working towards it. And then, like you said, it's kind of given to you, but I think it's given to you based off of being earned. And I think that you gain realizations with things like that, like just all throughout life with various things that you find better insights on and awareness surrounding and improve on. Like over the past year, since I've really focused on like my full time from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed every day, getting better day by day. I've had so many of those different realizations surrounding it where it's like it doesn't feel like I learned it based off of this step-by-step process where it's like, oh, I read this book or I did this thing. It's more so like an intuitive nature, but that intuitive nature is earned based off of the effort that you're putting out.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. This is almost like on the back burner of things where it just kind of clicked. I know I've been working towards it. It's more so, I guess, working towards simplicity, and part of being simple is being honest, if that makes sense. Kind of like understanding things, trying to make it as simple as you can, and sometimes that requires like a degree of honesty with certain things.
I totally
So
get what
I guess
you're
that
saying.
just kind of, yeah, just kind of coincides with each other. I'm still dishonest with myself, but like I kind of know when I'm being dishonest with myself. I just tell myself, okay, well, I'm dishonest with myself, or at least I'm not delving into as deep as I can right now, but I'll do it at some other time. And so I realize I'm a hypocrite a lot of times too. So I'm like, all right, I've just gotten more comfortable with it, and at least I realize when I'm doing it. So that's one thing I'm happy about. At least I realize I'm doing certain things, and I'm not like hiding behind it. So I feel a lot more free, if that makes sense. And in that sense, it makes me feel better.
Definitely, there's a lot more relief with that. And it's something that I've tried to take on the mentality with everything. And it was talked about in Meditation for Fidgety Skeptics, which was written by Dan Harris. And he was talking about it just
Yeah.
referring to meditation specifically. But it's effectively like whatever you're trying to work towards, whatever you're trying to improve at. And when we're talking in the context like we are right now of just getting better day by day, it applies as well. But it's ultimately to
Hmm.
focus on doing something pretty much all the time. So you don't get caught up in points of failure and you don't try to do everything in a way where you think it's going to be perfect because nobody's perfect and everybody makes mistakes. But you work day by day to do it as much as possible and work to be as perfect as possible, understanding that you won't be perfect.
Yeah. That last part is especially important.
Yeah, dude. And I think that's just something it's really hard to kind of understand at first, but then once you understand it, it's really relieving where it's like, I'm going to try my best in the present moment every day and I'm going to understand that day by day I'm going to gradually improve. And so I'm going to try to be perfect, but I'm also going to understand that nobody's perfect. And so I'm going to go through failures. I'm going to have to do things where I'm going to have to gradually improve. I'm not going to be successful right off the bat, and a bunch of things of that nature. And just have faith that with time, understanding that day by day you make day by day improvements, that you'll get to that level that you're hoping to get to one day in the near future. I hope this talk makes a positive impact in your life. Please subscribe to the podcast wherever you are listening or watching it. Check out other episodes, leave a review, and follow us on social media at More You Know Pod. Also, please don't forget about our sweepstakes. Retweet a clip with the hashtag The More You Know and New Podcast from our Twitter for a chance to win a signed copy of my upcoming book, The More You Know. Tag 2 friends in the comments on a clip on Instagram for a chance to win a brand new copy of Dean Graziosi's Millionaire Mindset or Ed Milet's Max Out. Like us or share a clip on Facebook for a chance to win a book I have read that highly inspired me, signed by me with an inspirational message. Again, thank you for listening as we propel with podcasting through the More You Know.
I'm just trying to make it all make sense.
The
More
You
No
Podcast.